Welcome back, everyone, to the Bourbon Judge. Hope everyone's doing well. Today we have a special guest, and it's not my cousin Anita, which I think a lot of people have seen cousin Anita on previous episodes. So it's a good friend of mine by the name of Mike. Mike, let me go ahead and turn it over to you to do a quick intro.
Sure. Yeah, I'm here in Denver, Colorado. I guess I met you back in, I don't know, when was that? Was that like,
I think was it last summer or the summer before last?
it was last summer.
Last summer, right? At the beaches,
Yeah,
right?
maybe it was the summer before that.
I know.
I was in little town nowhere, Delaware, doing a conference, and I had some time off. So I was like, I'm going to go do some hunting.
Yeah.
And obviously, I walked in right at the same time you did, and you were clearly on the same track as I was. It was fun chance meeting to I'm not from Delaware. I was living in Dallas at the time, so
Sure.
it's fun to meet somebody else that was out there looking for stuff and trying
Yeah.
to find the good bourbons and ryes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can always tell the people that are really serious about bourbon because they're not going, no offense to like the Jack Daniels or even like the
Yeah.
Woodford Reserve, like the basic one. You're looking at like more of like the what's in the shelf typically, or close to the like the expensive shelf, if you will, right?
Yeah, and you know what to look for. You're not just looking for, something that you can readily find. It's even
Exactly.
if you don't want to drink it, you're looking for it because you know you can trade it.
Exactly.
Like I don't drink Blanton's much, but
Okay, there
anytime
you
I
go.
find Blanton's at retail, I'm gonna
Sure.
buy it because I know
Sure.
that I can trade it.
Get traded. Absolutely. Smart man. No, I hear you, my friend. I hear you. Yeah, no, you're right. So we met that time at the liquor store. It's kind of funny, was it either 1 or 2 years ago now? And now, obviously, you're on the channel, which thank you, by the way, for joining today. It's
Yeah.
looking forward to a nice little review. So what are your go-to bourbons? Like when you are sitting back middle of the week, you're sipping the bourbon, what comes to mind?
Sitting back in the middle of the week, you mean like on a daily basis now with the whole COVID lockdown? Uh,
Exactly.
my daily COVID killer these days has been Willett 4-year rye.
Ah, okay.
I found a specific proof that I think is by far the best I've had, and it's that 113.8.
113.8.
Uh, and so I've been drinking that one pretty steadily. And then something I can find that's a little bit more accessible has been the Russell Reserve single barrel. I've been
Oh, sure.
doing,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I've been doing that one quite a bit. I've got a bunch of Eagle Rare store picks. I think those are always kind of fun.
Good stuff. Good
I
stuff.
don't know. I change it up quite a bit, so kind
Yeah.
of getting a routine. So
You have to. That's the enjoyment in bourbon, right? You get a chance to change it up a little bit.
yeah, I think the ryes have probably been where I've landed for the most part.
Recently, yeah.
What about yourself? What have you been
Yeah.
sipping on?
That's a good question. So the Russell's Reserve, I've actually dove into that as well. One of my local liquor stores, they got a barrel of it. So
Yeah.
the bottle is just like amazing, amazing.
What'd you pay for the barrel? I mean, for the bottle?
It was 60 for the
Not bad.
barrel. Yeah, for the barrel pick. It's good stuff. Really good stuff. I'm a big for I guess like every day. I'm a big 1792 guy. I love 1792. Like I'm talking about like everyday bourbon, not like if I'm opening up like the good stuff. But 1792, and then also Hill Rock. I'm a big fan of Hill Rock. I like their double cast rye, the standard Solera bourbon, and then even some of the ones they have like with the port finish as well. So I've been getting into those a little bit. And then last but not least, actually, funny enough, just because I'm on the East Coast, I have to represent Sagamore rye.
Okay.
So the whole Under Armour, not that I'm.
Yeah,
But
I've never tried it. I don't know any of these, so you have to. They
Sagamore,
have to have you send me some samples.
I will, yeah, for sure. Sagamore ryes are just amazing. Most of them come with either some form of like a wine finish, either like a port or
Port finish.
different wine finishes. But they're all actually really, really solid bourbons and ryes. So
And my whiskey group from Dallas is about to send me some MGP juice that had aged, I think, 12 years,
ooh,
and they finished it in cab barrels. It's
okay.
Redwood Empire. They did a barrel pick,
Oh, nice, nice.
so I'm excited to give that one a shot. I've never tried anything finished off in a port or a cab or any kind of wine barrel, really.
You're gonna love Sagamore something. I'll have to send you a couple samples. I got a couple bottles left, so I'll have to send you a sample or two for sure. So I know we're going into Michter's today. So Michter's is kind of funny. I'm gonna go ahead and pour mine, just open it up. So I think we both have the 2018 version, right, of the Michter
Yeah,
year. So a nice little shot there of the bottle. It's a beautiful bottle, by the way.
I never actually opened one of these, so I don't even know how to begin. You need like a knife to get this thing open?
You may have some trouble opening it. So I would tell you, for me, I love Michter's as a whole. They have the sour mash, small batch, all of the toasted versions, and I think overall they're actually really, really good. So they're a good company.
I have to go get a knife to open this thing. I didn't realize it was going to be that tough. I mean, I knew there was a wax tip on it, but I didn't know.
It's making you work for it.
Yeah, no kidding. Was yours like this?
It was. When I first opened it, it took a while. It was had to get the muscles in there. Maybe I think I even grabbed the knife as well. So I'll let you peel it away. So yeah, so kind of going back. So Michter's was the first bourbon, Mike, that I actually tried on my channel. So right before I met you, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the small batch. It was the first one I actually tried on the channel. So it was when I was just kind of starting out with the whole videos and so forth, and kind of brings back some good memories. So
what did you think of the small batch?
Small batch is good. What I like about Michter's is that all of their bourbon for the barrel process, they toast all of their barrels before they actually char it. So it gives it like a smoky, almost like a campfire kind of like a taste to it, if you will. So I like that smokiness in them as a whole. And really, honestly, I think for the most part, I haven't you can't go wrong with almost any of the Michters, at least not the ones I've tried so far. So while Mike's going to go ahead and get his knife and open up his bottle, I'm just going to look at the
I had to get me some meat cutting scissors to try to get this thing open. I'm not messing around.
As long as you don't end up in the hospital, you don't want to go there, not nowadays at least.
Yeah, although.
Beautiful color. It's nice.
Should have prepped this one beforehand.
You're good. Don't worry. Tons to discuss. So both of ours, because we said they're the same, so 94.4 proof. What do you think about 10-year bourbons that are not barrel proof? I know people kind of go either way on that one. What do you think?
Well, I mean, Eagle Rare isn't barrel proof, and I think it's fantastic. It's a sweet, easy drink and pour. Now, I like the higher proof stuff. I've been getting into that. Stag Junior, I guess I should say that's been another daily drinker.
Oh yeah, Stag Junior.
I was fortunate to find a bunch of that when I was in Mississippi over Christmas.
Yeah.
But yeah, proof down or barrel proof or single barrel. I mean, it's all good just depending on what you're drinking.
Yep, absolutely. You're in the mood for it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree with you. That's the one thing I love about bourbon. It's nice that, some days like last night, for example, it was, so in Delaware, it was raining last night and I actually had a little bit of, I was mentioning earlier, the Hill Rock, that double cast. I actually found a single barrel version of it, barrel proof, the Hill Rock. And it was wonderful. It was nice, just kind of packed a good punch, but on a nice cold night sitting on my porch, it was wonderful. But then, the day before it was nice and sunny and I had a nice little glass of Elmer T. Lee, not too strong on the proof standpoint, nice and smooth. So just kind of depends on what you're, in the mood for, which is cool.
I think when I started drinking bourbon, I was starting off with the lower proof stuff.
Yeah.
And that was largely Eagle Rare and Elmer T. Lee and things like that. And then after a while, like I tried, when I tried this Stag Junior, I think it was like batch 12 was the first one I got into.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, this thing is given just the layers of flavor.
Yeah.
After that, I was undone.
Yeah. That batch 12 was the good stuff. It's I think now I have I had 9. My wife found me 9. I don't know how she found that. Recently, actually, she found it. It was like in some old liquor store, like in the back of the corner. She found it, and I was like, yeah, I marry well. So I have 9 through 13 now. So I guess I'm pretty lucky. But you're right. They're Stag Junior packs a good punch, tons of good flavor.
Well, you'll be jealous of me. I got batch 6 through 13 now.
Do you? Oh. Now, see, that's the reason why we became friends.
The only ones I've actually drank so far have been 12 and 13 because I had multiples of them.
Yeah.
But there's coming a day where I'm going to open up all the batches and side by side try these out and compare them.
Okay.
I've tried batch 11 and there's a significant difference between that and 12.
Sure.
But batch 12 and 13, I actually think they're both fantastic. They both carry a lot of the same flavors.
Agreed.
Um,
Oh, so you got it. There you go. You got the bottle
Yeah.
open, you poured it. There you go. Success. So what are you getting on the nose on this one?
Still coming in.
There it is. So you know what's funny about Michter's? Do you know where they get their name from?
No, I have no idea.
So in the 50s, it says the statement here, they've been around since 1753, but like most bourbon companies, it's been sold time after time. Well, in the 50s, when they changed their name, I think at that point it was either Shinks or Bomberger's, the original name. They changed it to the name of Michter's. The gentleman who owned it had two sons, one named Michael, one named Peter. So Mick, M-I-C-H for Michael, and then the T-E-R for Peter. So kind of a cool little story. If I'm ever fortunate enough, maybe I can name a bourbon after my daughter, but I don't know if she would like that or not. She'd probably say, Dad, you're going crazy. Nice on the nose. Nice and sweet.
Yeah, it's very sweet. It honestly reminds me a little bit of that Russell Reserve on the nose.
It's funny. I get like
Get apple.
I was just about to say a little bit of apple
And
some honey.
I get cinnamon, brown sugar.
Mm-hmm. It's nice and smooth. It's just nice and just sweet, and yeah, the fruit kind of stands out. Well, Mike, as they say, the best thing about bourbon is drinking it, sipping it, right? And this is in a virtual environment with Corona. Cheers, my friend.
Smooth.
It is smooth.
Oh, weird. I get some leather on the finish there.
Mm-hmm. You do. Yeah, a little bit of the oak too from the barrel process. The apple pear, for me, the fruit kind of came through also. Tons of sweetness though, but like a nice sweet, not like overly sweet, right? It's like a nice, just subtle, very subtle and sweet. But I do that leather does come through.
It's like pepper and leather. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I always feel weird, but when somebody told me that you can actually get a leather note or flavor, I'm always like, what? And then I started tasting some of the rye and getting some of that. And this is
totally. No, absolutely. I got to get a little bit more. My thing, I can't leave bourbon in the glass. At least good bourbon, at least.
I was reading up on this one, and supposedly the 2018 was actually aged more than 10 years. It was actually aged around 12 years.
Really?
Huh?
Oh, wow. Pretty cool. Interesting.
So there should be a tangible difference between this and the 19. And I hear, from what I've heard, this one's a lot better than the 19.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Good to hear.
It's interesting to me, and maybe this is just where I'm at right now, but I get a lot more flavor when I sip it than I do on the nose. I'm not getting a whole lot on the nose.
Let me pour a little bit more. Just to double check, Mike, just to make sure. All right. When you found your this one here, do you remember how much it cost? Like I got mine for I think it was like 115, 110, 115, maybe in that range.
I got mine. I think I paid $150 for it.
Okay.
So it wasn't quite secondary, but it wasn't quite retail either.
Yeah. No, that's not bad though. Hey, 150. In this day and age for really highly allocated bourbons is $30 extra is not bad at all. I've done that numerous times myself.
Yeah, you get this thing. What I like about this so far is there is a long finish on this. You get several little pops there at the end.
It does. You're right. Get a little bit more just a. Oh, that Oh, you're right. The apple, the honey, and a little bit of that pepperiness. It kind of goes all the way down, and it stays. It's a nice long finish. Still feel it kind of going down, which is really neat.
Yeah, the heat allows it to hang on your tongue for a while, and I like that. I like the feeling of a little burn on my lips. And
it does. Mm. Not bad.
Sorry, my kids.
Mm.
They're going wild out here.
That's all right. Hey, we're all in the house. Everyone taping and everyone watching, right? It's all family time this day and age.
Oh yeah, it's every day working from a home office. It's
I know.
kind of something else.
Crazy.
You been working from home during all this? Are you able
Yeah,
to?
working from home all day, every day.
Yeah.
Separation is the key, though. You know, everyone. My wife and I have different offices. My daughter has her room with her little desk and everything all set up. So it's crazy, but it's all we can do, right? Until this goes away, hopefully, at some point soon.
Yeah, yeah. Who knows?
You know.
I will tell you, I have tried a lot of different bourbons. I've started opening up all the ones that I've been collecting. Just curious, what are some of the big bottles you've got tucked away?
Ooh, so ones I
Actually, hold back. I saw you did a William LaRue Weller.
Yeah.
Saw that
Yeah,
podcast.
that one. Your standards, you know, the George C. Stagg, CYPB, the Weller 12. I was fortunate in Delaware last year. Costco had Elmer T. Lee that came in. So I grabbed like 6 or 7 bottles of Elmer T. Lee.
Oh,
So tons of Elmer T. Lee. One of my favorites, Rock Hill. I have a couple bottles of Rock Hill Farms rather. It's like the norm, you know, like the really, really good ones. I have a couple Pappies downstairs also. But my favorite though of all bourbons, to me personally, just for me, is just the William LaRue Weller. I think it is just spot on.
yeah.
How
And I
about
would
you?
agree with you. That's by far. I've never had a bottle of it.
Mm.
I have a buddy who let me try it at his house, and I was like, "This is intensely good."
Yeah.
My second on the list would be the Thomas Handy 2017.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
tried 2017, 18, and 19. And I have a 2017 and a 2018, and that
Nice.
2017 is legit.
Wonderful. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Very nice.
So what's next on your bourbon reviews?
Well, I'm going to go next week to your neck of the woods. Well, your old neck of the woods. Good old Dallas, Texas. I'm going to try I think me and a couple buddies are going to do the Iron Root, the one that won the best whiskey of 2020 or 2019, I guess. So I'm going to see what it's like. We'll see. My buddy said that it's good. You know, the article it won the award. I don't know.
It's great. Matter of fact, the whiskey group that I was a part of, one of the owners and his mom, she's called the Mother of Texas Bourbon. They were part of the whiskey group, and we did several gatherings where the Iron Root people came into town, and they brought all kinds of cool stuff to sample.
Wow, good stuff, man. Good stuff.
If you get a chance, you should actually go down to Texas and check it out.
I need to.
The friendliest people are great.
I need to. I have to. The buddy I'm doing the review with next week, he lives right in Dallas, so he's like, "Hey man, come on down." I heard that the bourbon scene in Dallas is legit. Is that a true statement? Great bars and bourbon bars and so forth.
It's competitive. I mean, trying to find stuff is hard, but they also get a lot more than most other cities and states.
Sure.
And so, like you won't just find stuff sitting on a shelf. It's gone within 24 to 48 hours a day it hits the shelf.
Okay.
And most people, they know when it's coming in, and they'll even wait outside in line before the shop's open.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I've done it a few times. I managed to get things like Weller 12 and those when those come out, they're a pretty big deal.
Good stuff. All right, I'm ready for a verdict. But you know what? I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to turn over to you as the guest judge to give the verdict. So the judgment is in. Guest judge Mike, turn it over to you, my friend.
Oh gosh, I don't even know what to say. This is definitely a keeper and a recommended pour. So if it's guilty, it's guilty of being delicious.
I love it. All right, and I guess I'll give a judgment as well. I agree with the first judge. This is it's a wonderful bourbon, great flavor, great on the nose. A lot of it transfers to the palate, probably even a little bit more. It's solid all around. I think it's definitely worthy of, paying a little bit more than like the small batch. Highly allocated. So if you want to go out and hunt for it, I think it's definitely one that's worth hunting and want to enjoy. Any closing remarks from you, Mike? Anything else you want to say to the folks out there watching?
The only other thing I could say is one other note that I started to get at the very finish was marshmallow.
Ah, okay.
A little bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
And if you have the means, another Michters that I just tried last night for the first time, this bad boy, and I think it's fantastic.
Yes, yes. Smart man, smart man. See, Mike and we are aligned in our love of Michters. I would agree with him. That is a phenomenal ride. I think all around they do a great job with their bourbons and their ryes. Just, they're doing it right? They're doing it right.
And they're toasted barrels. I've had those as well. You can't go wrong with any of them, man.
You can't, my friend. You're a smart man. Well, folks, thank you all for watching. Thanks for also, if you haven't did so thus far, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.